bills. Go to this website, truthaboutgarrity.com, and see for yourself why we can never trust Stacey Garrity to look out for us.
Paid for and authorized by Shapiro for Pennsylvania.
Jane is a small business owner. Tell them what that's like, Jane.
Yeah, well, it's like a roller coaster with a lot of ups and downs, and some days things can feel like they're flying off the rails.
Yep, it's a lot. But the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business can help you manage it all. With the largest, fastest fiber-powered network designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect.
Nice. So everything stays on track.
The Total Solutions Advantage. No one does business like Comcast Business.
The more solutions you add, the more you save. Get started today with a qualifying internet package for as low as $60 a month when you add an advanced solution. Plus, new customers, ask how to get up to $1,500 in prepaid cards when you add 2 lines of mobile to a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year agreement, paperless billing, and automatic payments with bank account required. $60 offer requires 300 meg internet, security edge, and additional qualifying service. Equipment, tax, and fees extra. Prepaid card offers end 9/13/2026.
HD1 Pittsburgh, an Odyssey sports station. Live from the Jim Shorkey Mitsubishi.com studios, North Huntington and North Hills. Always live and free on the Odyssey app. Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan gets your day started with the latest in Pittsburgh sports with the Fan Morning Show with Doran Dickerson and Adam Crowley. Weekdays 5:40 to 10. Presented by Guardian Protection on Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan.
Hey, it's Brew, and I feel like everything in my life depends on being connected. Whether I'm uploading a video, hopping on a call before my show, or video chatting with my family back in Michigan, I never have to think about my Wi-Fi. And that's why Xfinity stands out. You get the most reliable, fiber-powered Wi-Fi with the best equipment at one price for 5 years guaranteed. No contracts or commitments. Plus, you can get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Use of fiber or coaxial cable. Learn more at xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi. Xfinity, imagine that.
This is the story of the one. The one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Did you know the average person keeps the same bank account for 19 years? 19 years ago, you still had a flip phone. That was just a phone. If you're still banking like you did when you parallel parked with just your eyes and a prayer, it's time for a change. Upgrade to Citizens, where how you bank changes with you. With our enhanced mobile app, you can track your credit score and talk to our chat assistant, Sizzy. Make sense of your money with Citizens. Learn more at citizensbank.com/made-ready. Member FDIC.
Now, Fan Headlines, powered by Bowser Chevrolet.
All right, Joel Nelson for Fan Headlines. The Pirates look to salvage the final game of their series against the Dodgers this afternoon. 4:10 is the first pitch from Los Angeles. Coverage on the Fan begins at 2:30, presented by Keystone Custom Apparel, where Lake Bacher will start for the Pirates and Blake Snell, left-hander, starts for the Dodgers. The Pirates Insider Show follows at 3:10, leading you up to the 4:10 first pitch. More headlines at 937thefan.com. Right now, it's a Sunday afternoon with Jeff Hathorn.
If it matters in Pittsburgh sports, we're talking about it. Even on the weekend.
That's cool.
Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan, Pittsburgh's hometown sports station.
It is Sports Sunday. Pirates come up at 4:10. Pirates and Dodgers here on 93.7 The Fan, home of the Buccos. Jeff Hathorn with you with Joel Nelson. We'll talk a lot of Steelers before we get into the North Shore Tavern leadoff show. Got a couple of Pirates thoughts, but we'll open up the phones, 412-928-9370, and we're here again. Here we are once again. Every single year, I hear the same refrain of, it's the preseason. Don't buy too much into the preseason. We have tens, if not hundreds of examples of players or games where you can say that did not represent that player or that team that year. Whether it's a quarterback playing out of his mind going 9 for 9 in a preseason game or games, or an offense that looks like it's humming when it doesn't, a defense that looks like it might struggle, but the starters aren't playing. So it makes it hard to evaluate where the Steelers are at. Do you judge Drew Aller the same given who he's played against in his 2 games? Like, how do you grade that on a curve? I know the simple answer is, well, it's the players in front of him. But if the players in front of him aren't playing in a week, that should factor in. Mason Rudolph didn't lead a scoring drive. I don't think you would look and say, well, Mason doesn't deserve to be a quarterback in the NFL. What makes it tough with Will Howard and the grading here is he indeed an NFL quarterback? You've had 2 games of tape. You've had a year where part of it he wasn't able to practice, part of it he was. You've seen him in OTAs, mini camp, training camp. You gave him a lot of reps in OTAs, same with mini camp. Not as much in training camp because you're getting Rodgers ready and you're giving him most of the first team looks. They were 2 bad throws. And let's just be real about that. Are there other factors? Were the routes crisp? No. Could the receivers have done more with the ball in the air? Potentially. But there were 2 bad throws with fairly clean pockets. The one to Wilson, while maybe he wasn't exactly where he wanted to be in terms of the route or where Howard thought he would be, there was plenty of time because you're staring him down for the safety to come over, defensive back to come over and make the pick. And the second one was a bad throw. Just wasn't out in front enough. Does that mean he's not an NFL quarterback? Do you look at the drives before that? Because this is a hard week decision for the Steelers from this standpoint. And we're going to go through this. It's one of the best. For me, it's one of the most fun things, more so than a preseason college football or basketball poll. It's projecting the 53-man. Because we mostly see what happens in preseason games. A few of us get to see training camp if you're out there for that, or parts of OTAs and minicamp for the media. And now you've got to make decisions, and they're tricky decisions. Like, how do you keep 4 quarterbacks on a roster? Because the Steelers have determined that they are in it to win it this year, that they have the type of team that can win this season. Or not, or you don't bring Aaron Rodgers back. You don't make sure you have Cam Hayward. You don't add other veterans to the roster unless you believe you can win right now. And for a second, let's push that aside and whether or not they really could win the AFC. Forget Super Bowl, the AFC. How about their own division, which they did win last year? But let's just put that aside for a second. In the last decade, there have been 4 teams that have kept 4 quarterbacks. 4. The 2024 Cleveland Browns kept Deshaun Watson, Jameis Winston, Tyler Huntley, and Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Jolie, what would you guess their record was that year?
In 2024, were they playing 17 games that year, I think?
They were.
So, 4-13.
How about 3-14?
Oof.
Close. The 2021 New Orleans Saints started the year with Taysom Hill, Jameis Winston, who is Mr. 4 quarterback, Trevor Siemian, and Ian Book. They did finish 9-8, but well back in their own division. The 2020 New York Jets carried Sam Darnold, Mike White, Joe Flacco, and James Morgan. Nelly, their record that year?
3-14?
2-14. So you had the loss number right. And in 2016, the New York Jets carried 4 quarterbacks: Ryan Fitzpatrick, Geno Smith, Bryce Petty, and Christian Hackenberg. And that New York Jets team finished
3-13.
5-11. Why are you keeping 4 quarterbacks? You can make the argument, well, a quarterback is indeed the most important position in all of sports. It is. If you don't have one, almost always you have no chance of winning a title. Steelers have one this year. They have Aaron Rodgers. Whatever you think of him, he is a legit NFL starting quarterback. If you're playing to win it now, you want some insurance behind that. Most teams that are in championship positions have somebody behind that, if it's a half or a quarter or a couple of games, could win them some games. Mason Rudolph is that. So if you're playing to win this year, it's Aaron and Mason, and you're not going to cut a third-round pick in Drew Aller, especially when he's played decently. Much better in the first preseason game than the second, but still, he's shown promise. So why keep Will Howard? I don't know what Buffalo is going to show defensively. Will Howard might throw 4 touchdown passes against Buffalo, but who he plays against is important. Do you worry about him getting snatched up by somebody else and becoming whatever name you want to throw out there? If you're playing to win now, I've just read off in the last 10 years the 4 teams that kept 4 quarterbacks. They won nothing. In fact, lost miserably. Wouldn't you just put him on the practice squad? The other part of this is Mike McCarthy is famous for keeping 2 quarterbacks recently. Now, I know those situations are different, so you have to take that into account. But he's not even one that, I mean, the Steelers have typically kept 3, even though under Big Ben you could have kept 2. But it was kind of their thing to keep 3. And I realize you're looking for that next quarterback. But is your goal to win now? Because if it is to win now, why are you worried about a roster spot for a guy who probably isn't your guy? And if you're looking to win more in the future, then you don't keep Mason, and you would throw Will Howard or Drew Aller in there if Rodgers gets hurt and just start, let's just see what one of these kids has because the season's gone at that point anyway. But they're playing both sides of the fence. What would you do if you're the Steelers? You've seen 2 games from each of the young quarterbacks. You can keep 4. Jerry Dulac thinks, who has covered the Steelers more than anybody in our room, in the media room, thinks the Steelers plan on keeping 4. Why? Is there a team that's going to put Will Howard on the active roster? If he's that good, that you think he might go somewhere else and be good, then why wouldn't you just make him your backup now? Why are we wasting time? Because after this season, I'll have only 2 more years of control. And if you don't think he is, then put him on, roll the dice that he'll be on the practice squad. Because when you start breaking down the 53-man roster, it just doesn't make sense to keep 4. Because if the argument is, well, you're still looking for a quarterback, well, then when cuts come, why don't you get 5 or 6 or 7 in there? Because you're still looking for one. You're going to have to make a tough decision. We don't know exactly what impact Thursday will have. You would think it's going to have some. And I don't blame everything, like I said, that happened with the 2 picks on Will. It's just they were 2 bad throws. Howard admits it. It's one thing that has been refreshing about Howard is in talking to him, like when he makes a mistake, he admits it. He doesn't drop it on somebody else. He didn't say Roman could have run a better route. He doesn't say, I may have had more points if only this person would have done this or the line would have done this. He said, he did say this, that if he's starting a real game, he gets a second half to make up for those mistakes. Now, you make 2 picks in a real game, especially against a team better than the Jets, second half may not matter anyway. But it's the trick in trying to make this evaluation. That's topic 1. Do you keep 3 or 4? Topic 2, Pirates lost 2 straight. And in a weird way, in the last 2 games, like you're disappointed, but you went to LA and you were right there with the 2-time defending champ. Like you felt if in a series or if in more impactful games that you could hang with the world champs. 2 very good starters. You did what you needed. You did what you do against great starters like Skubal. You get them early. That's the talk, right? You get somebody, you get a player like that early. And then you've got to hang on because almost always you get those pitchers early and then they find a way to pitch better. Like they come on innings 2 through whatever. I didn't think they played so poorly yesterday. It just didn't get it. You had a runner at second base, 2 outs, or 1 out. Your 2 best run providers up, and they both struck out. You're just not good enough to get over the edge against that level of team. It's not the last 2 games that, for all those understandably doing a moratorium on the Pirates, it's not losing to the Dodgers that sunk the season. Seeing things like the 10th inning, Henry Davis rolling over on a pitch again into a double play with 1 out when he could have just waited and lined that to right field. Maybe he would have gone to the second baseman and been a double play anyway. But why is there no progression? As great as he improved defensively, a number 1 overall pick can't hit or sporadically hits or does the same damn thing over and over. Like that's more frustrating to me than those 2 losses. And what's encouraging to me is watching O'Neill Cruz and knowing you have 2 more years of that or a year and a half until you may have to probably will have to trade him. So that's topic 2. We're going to get into the 53-man roster, and we open the phone lines at 412-928-9370. Rick in Pittsburgh, you lead us off here on a Sports Sunday. Hey, Rick.
Hey, good to talk to you.
You too.
Quarterback situation, I'm going to tell you, there's no guarantee that Will Howard or Mason Rudolph are on this roster. McCarthy may get rid of them both if he has somebody out there that becomes available at a rate that he likes and he thinks is a better quarterback fit for what he's trying to do. Mason Rudolph is not a bad quarterback, but he's not somebody that you're going to, get too enamored with that you can't lose him.
Well, he's a backup quarterback for a team looking to win a title. That's what he is. He could.
I don't think that he could win a title.
No.
For a team.
Not as a starter, but as that backup that could come in for a game. Not someone that's going to start 8-10 games.
Absolutely. But I think a guy like Will Levis, who is, if you were going to design a quarterback, if God were designing a quarterback, it's kind of like Will Levis. He hasn't done very well in his time here, but McCarthy could be a guy that is enamored with him and says, you know, if I can pick this cat up for a 5th or a 6th, I'm grabbing him because I kind of like him better than I like Rudolph. And I think that's the part that we always have to remember is that, especially with a new coach, that flexibility to make choices and changes is all on him now. You know, we kind of got used to Tomlin making decisions, sometimes shook our head at how he made decisions. But with McCarthy, it's going to be very interesting to see how he cuts this roster.
Yeah.
And,
no, and Rick,
you know,
and I appreciate the call, Rick. And I think there's a lot of good points in there. One, we really haven't seen McCarthy in Pittsburgh. And one thing I will say, you know, he said a lot of great things about Mason Rudolph, and I'm not saying they're undeserved, but he said a lot of great things about Will Howard and Drew Aller, and rarely, besides Caden Weegan, have you seen Mike McCarthy get to a podium and really challenge a guy publicly. Sure, he does in meetings and on the sideline, but through a media standpoint, Weegan's really the only one he's called out, and only did that to a little extent. So those are a couple of topics. What the Pirates have done the last couple, Steelers quarterback situation and roster. When we come back, let's go through the 53-man roster. And I want to get your input. I'll give you what I'm posting in a couple of hours as the fan 53-man roster. And then we'll discuss it. 412-928-9370. Jeff Hathorn, Joel Nelson, here on a Sunday on 93.7 The Fan.
Now, Fan Headlines, powered by Bowser Chevrolet.
4:10 this afternoon, Pirates have their series finale against the LA Dodgers. 4:10, the first pitch from the Chavez Ravine. 2:30 is our coverage on The Fan. It's presented by Keystone Custom Apparel. Blake Bacher starts for the Pirates. Blake Snell opposes for Los Angeles. Pirates made a roster move today. They recalled their number 15 prospect, Christian Curtis, for Antoine Kelly. Pirates Insider Show begins at 3:10. More headlines at 937thefan.com. Fan headlines are powered by Bowser Chevrolet.
Hey, it's Mulsey. Let's talk about the roof on your home. A lot of you will need to replace your roof this summer, but be forewarned. There are roofing companies out there that skip over the most important part of the process, the attic ventilation. You see, if your attic doesn't have proper air circulation, it can cause problems such as mold and wood rot, leaks in the winter, not to mention higher AC bills in the summer. This is one of the reasons I recommend MHI Roofing to my listeners. Their process begins with a free 21-point roof inspection that includes a thorough inspection of your attic. They know that if the ventilation isn't right, the roof will be built on a shaky foundation. Every MHI roof comes with a well-thought-out attic ventilation plan, and that's why they can offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install. Money-saving discounts and financing incentives are available. Call for your free 21-point roof inspection and estimate today. 412-998-8864 or book an appointment online at mhiroof.com.
Hockey is a passion for fans of the sport, but also for the youth who fall in love with the game. With the ever-increasing cost of participating in hockey, many families face financial challenges. The Assisted Goals Foundation was founded to remove financial barriers and to create lasting growth in the sport for current and future players of all backgrounds and communities. Help the Assisted Goals Foundation make the game of hockey available and accessible to anyone, anywhere, at any time. You too can provide an assist. Donate today at assistedgoals.org.
Our veterans and their families make great sacrifices to protect our nation. Now it's time for them to receive assistance in their time of need as they age. If you are a veteran or the spouse of a veteran, contact Julian Gray Associates to speak with one of their VA-accredited attorneys to find out how you can receive compensation for the costs of care you are receiving in your home or a long-term care facility. Visit grayelderlaw.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like public works supervisor.
Hey, this water main is under a ton of pressure. Did you ever fix it?
Yeah, 3 layers of duct tape. Wait, should I have added a 4th layer?
This is your job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
SchultzFord.com, 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 SchultzFord.com.
In the news, we're hearing a lot about data centers. Just take a listen to what Stacey Garrity has to say.
In very rural Pennsylvania, you have areas that are in the middle of nowhere. What perfect places to put data centers?
That was Stacey Garrity, folks. And it's pretty clear that we should be worried about what she has in mind for us in small towns and rural communities.
48 out of 67 of our counties in Pennsylvania are rural. So there are a lot of areas where you can put data centers.
Ohio's kicking our butt. They have over 192. We have a lot of catching up to do, but you know what? We need to deregulate.
Deregulate data centers? We all know what Stacey Garrity means. No local control, no regulations, higher electric bills. Go to this website, truthaboutgarrity.com. and see for yourself why we can never trust Stacey Garrity to look out for us.
Paid for and authorized by Shapiro for Pennsylvania.
It's your captain speaking. To the passenger with the Mirror Fast soft shoes, smart move.
No way am I letting travel constipation ruin this trip.
Can't blame you. Mirror Fast works fast, but without the harsh side effects.
Since I'm such a smart traveler, can I move to first class?
No. Close the curtain, Carol.
From the makers of Miralax, new Mirafast soft chews work naturally with your body in as little as 30 minutes to give you a comfortable go on the go. Find Mirafast today at your local retailer. Use as directed for occasional constipation. Contains magnesium hydroxide.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams sale and get 30% off Duration, Superdeck, and Woodscapes products August 14th through the 24th. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
Live from the Shorkey Mitsubishi.com studios, North Huntington and North Hills.
Fan Text Line brought to you by Edgar Snyder and Associates, personal injury law firm where they always say there's never a fee unless we get money for you. Jeff Hathorn, Joel Nelson with you here on this Sports Sunday. 412-928-9370. We've been getting into the Steelers roster. We've got Pirates baseball coming your way at 4:10 with the North Shore Tavern leadoff show starting around 2:30. And then the Pirates Insider Show with Jason Mackey at 3:10. He'll be joined by GM Ben Cherington. A few items to discuss with him. But until then, we'll take your thoughts at 412-928-9370. Could be Pirates related, but guessing many will be thinking Steelers right now, as we are 3 weeks from the start of the regular season. 3 weeks. Next Sunday will be all about the roster breakdowns, and we will be getting into that as well. I don't like this. I wish they had the old where you cut it down to 75. You, A, give those players a chance to maybe hook on with another team, and B, allow more coaching for the guys that are closer to making the roster than those that aren't. And you're going to make some tough decisions then anyway, so why not just do it sporadically or have some guys out of camp instead of all at one time? But that's not for me. Stephen Latrobe, you're up next here on 93.7 The Fan.
Jeff, how you doing, buddy?
What's up, Steve?
I'm just getting really tired of this Will Howard talk, man. I mean, the guy was a sixth-round pick. When he was at Ohio State, he had NFL talent around him everywhere on offense. Wide receivers, running backs, everywhere he had NFL talent. And at times he looked terrible. I mean, not good at all. And they had to revamp everything to make the run, but he didn't look good at all. And everybody thinking that a 6th-round pick is like a lock or he's going to make it, he might be lucky to make the practice team. Why did McCarthy go out and draft Aller if he felt that high about, Howard? And then real quick on a side note, bear with me, last night, bases loaded, don't score a run. Guys on first and second, or second and third in the 8th, 1 out. Reynolds strikes out, don't score a run. My baseball fandom's done for the year, but that was my take, buddy.
Steve, I appreciate it. And I think there were a couple of interesting points there. And I think, Will Howard did play with incredible players. And I think he could sneak onto a practice squad. But the biggest point is not anything that's been said. It was the action of drafting a quarterback in the 3rd round. With other needs, potentially. You believe so much in Will. Would you have taken a quarterback in the 3rd round? Maybe you take a flyer later. And I know that there are coaches that want to take a quarterback every year. Rick in Bridgeville, you're next here on 93.7 The Fan. Hey, Rick.
Hi. Hey, I just wanted to give you some information here I thought about. Yeah. And some of it will sound old, but it is what it is, okay? With Ben Roethlisberger, his last 3 years here, he was the most sacked quarterback in the NFL, and he got really beat up and hurt. Since that time, the Steelers haven't had a Pro Bowl offensive lineman. I know they've went through the draft, and I know they've drafted several. And it just proves a point. You can't count on drafting an offensive lineman who's going to start usually the first year or two. I mean, if you try to think of at least 2 guys that did that NFL, that'll be hard to find. And look, they've gone through at least 6 or 7 quarterbacks. They cannot keep blaming the quarterbacks, okay? My point is, look at Mason Rudolph. The guy set records in college. Okay, he had the most yards thrown in high school and college. The poor guy hasn't had a good offensive line. And then I'm going to end with this. Chuck Noll had a great saying. He said, the quarterback and the offense is only as good as the offensive line. That's basically it. It is what it is. They don't have a good offensive line. Rooney won't spend the money on the offensive line. Think about it. He won't go out and get any free agents that are really good. I'm not talking about 2nd string, 3rd string scrubs from the Dallas Cowboys or somebody like that. If they did that, then let's see who's really a good quarterback and not. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. All right, Rick. I appreciate it. 412-928-9370. What I would have said back to Rick is it is hard to go out and free agent tackle. Look at what Dan Moore got as a free agent. You want to spend that kind of money on Dan Moore? Like, tackles are very hard to get in free agency. You spent can't spend any higher draft capital than they did, trading up in the draft to get Broderick Jones in the 1st round and getting Troy Fautanu. Broderick Jones seemed like he was playing better, and then the neck injury, and he's not back. As the offensive coordinator said yesterday, he's not in a groove yet. He's not ready for NFL, for a full season, for an entire game. Troy Fautanu, I think, will be good. He hasn't been great this preseason, but I think he's going to be good. And I argue you have a top 3 center in the game right now, if not higher. I think Frazier's that good. And I think Mason McCormick is a good option. And they will have to pay Frazier and probably pay McCormick decent money if they want to keep both of those 2 guys. Fautanu, I think, is going to be good. The right side of the offensive line, with all the quarterback talk, for a quarterback that's not going to play, barring injury, it's that right side of the offensive line that they're rotating guys through. I think Spencer Anderson will do I want to give Spencer Anderson a chance because he's done everything they've asked him to do, and this is the first time he's specialized somewhere, and I think there's a good guard in there. Dylan Cook has struggled at times. Broderick Jones struggled. It's obviously a Hanachore's job, but his injury has set that back. How far? Well, we'll find out when he returns to practice. Could he go an entire preseason without playing, return to practice, and start week 1? Doubtful. But will he be the starter at right tackle at some point? Of course. You don't draft a guy there. What he showed with his footwork was really eye-opening at camp. When he started doing the one-on-one drills and you saw how smooth, he's like a dancer moving. And I mean that in the most positive way. And I got a little sad the other day thinking about, man, Tunchilkin would have loved to have worked with him to teach him about the punching and the handwork because his feet are so good. And he will be that tackle. When he'll be ready, we don't know. The fact that they thought he would be back at practice last week, then it would be back a couple of days ago, and none of that has happened. It's a neck, shoulder injury from what we could tell. We don't know. He's been at practice. He's watched it. He's done a few little drills with the helmet on. It doesn't seem like he's far away. We'll see. Hell, he could practice the next 2 days and play against Buffalo and play really well, and boom, you put him into that spot. But that's been one of the hidden things with all the focus on the quarterback has been the O-line hasn't been getting a ton of push. That could click when they're all together. We'll see. 53-man roster. And let's play along at 412-928-9370. This is mine. I have him keeping 3 quarterbacks. Aaron Rodgers, Mason Rudolph, Drew Aller. My initial one had Howard instead of Rudolph. My projection is that Howard will be on the practice squad. I don't see the value in keeping 4 quarterbacks. And we'll run through the roster and let's see what you think. 3 running backs, Warren Dowdle and Travis Homer. Travis Homer isn't the most dynamic running back. Travis Homer plays on every kick unit, every one. Kickoffs and punts, and he's the personal protector, and they've run nobody but Eli Heidenreich at that position but him. So I think it would be wild at this point if they cut him and put somebody new at that position without them working there at all and during the entirety of camp. I know people don't want to hear, or you can find people for special teams. You lost some key special teams players in the offseason. Travis Homer's going to make this team. 1 fullback, Riley Nowakowski. Love seeing that I formation. Man, is that's beautiful to see a fullback. And he's done fairly well. And he has some skills. He can catch the ball. He can get out in space. He's picked up the offense quickly. And he has some intangible leadership skills. Not that you need a rookie fullback to be a leader, but he's that type of dude. 6 wide receivers. Metcalf, Pittman, Roman Wilson, Jeremy Bernard, Skoranek, again, another guy who's all over special teams, and Caden Weegan. He's a 4th-round pick rookie. Weegan, could you keep 5 there? You could. And use the running backs as returners? Yes, you could do that. But most likely keeping 6. And Weegan might be getting pushed. It's the one guy that Mike McCarthy has battled publicly or said publicly, like, hey, 74 run, that's nice, but he needs to get in the end zone. Max Hurlman's had a good camp. I can't imagine that he's on the active roster, but he's fighting for something. Tight ends 3. Initially had 2, now have 3. Robert Tonyan has had a really good camp. He's another vertical guy who also can play special teams. So it's 3 quarterbacks, 3 running backs, a fullback, 6 receivers, 3 tight ends, and I have 10 offensive linemen. You could keep 9. Fautanu, McCormick, Frazier, Anderson, Cook. Ehana-Chor, Broderick Jones, Brock Hoffman, Jennings, Dunker. Those are 9 that are just locks. Barring injury, somebody starting on IL, those are locks. And my question would be, if you keep 9, don't you need another tackle? Ehana-Chor hasn't practiced. We've just detailed that. Broderick Jones, I don't think is varsity ready, to use a Tomlin term. Are you not going to have an extra tackle on this roster? Are you going to cut it down to 9 so you can keep another quarterback? So I have 10 offensive linemen. Which gives you, 13, 16, 26 on the offensive side. We'll go to defense, but I promise we get these calls in as well. Joe and McCandless, you're next here on 93.7 The Fan.
Hi, Jeff. How you doing?
Hey, Joe. How are you?
Good. Hey, it's my understanding that once you get cut and you're waived, if you clear waivers, you can get on the practice squad.
Correct.
Now, I read something a little while ago is now that you can protect 3 or 4 people on your practice squad that they can't be picked off once they're on it.
Yes,
Do you know anything about that?
And anyone on a practice squad has to go onto an active roster with another team. That's another thing to always consider with practice squads. So let's say, let's use Will Howard as the example. You cut Will Howard and some other team says, all right, I'm going to take him. Well, I'm not going to put him on the active roster, but I'll use him on. No, you can't. Not if the Steelers offer him a spot on the practice squad. Like, you can't poke from practice squad to practice squad. You got to put him.
You got to go on the main roster.
Exactly.
What I was saying is, can he be protected completely anyway, or that's what protects him?
You could, but this is where you can sneak, say, extra defensive linemen or other guys on a roster. But remember that you'll have to make roster moves every time you bring them up. And I think it's only twice during that cycle of a season that you can bring him up. So you can't just 17 times call up the guy from the practice squad for game days. So you have to be judicious with how you use that.
Can I make one more comment, too?
Mm-hmm.
I think the 4th-round draft pick is a waste. It's basically a one-trick pony. There has to be 2 or 3 other people on that team that can return kicks or punts. To just give him a job to do that, and he doesn't even look impressive at it, is a waste of a pick.
Yeah, I can't argue with you on that one, Joe. David in Atlanta, you're next, 412-928-9370. What's up, David?
Yeah, I really hate how everyone slams on Will Howard.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, he won national championship, and everybody says, oh, but Ohio State had all the talent. You know, before that, he won the Big 12 with Kansas State, and I bet you can't name one other person on that team.
You're right, I can't.
That. Right, and, I mean, he was a 6th-round draft pick, as was Brady. Everybody says, oh, yeah, but that's just a thing. Well, who's San Francisco's quarterback? He was the last. He was straight irrelevant. 7th-round draft pick, one of the highest-paid players in the NFL, starts every year. And
so what would your move be, David?
I say you trade, well, I wish Rodgers would have came back. That's beside the point. I would trade Rudolph and go with the 2 young guys and let them battle it out for years to come.
Yeah, and David, I don't hate that. My argument to it is you're playing to win now. That's why you brought Rodgers back. I mean, who is most ready if there's an injury, especially for a short period of time, like we did see last year with Aaron? Who's most ready to step into that scenario? And
yeah, it is Rudolph. There's no question. But once you lose Rodgers, that's it. And he's going to get lost. I mean, he's getting hurt. It's just a matter of which game. You know?
Yeah.
And he can't run, and the offensive line can't protect him like he needs. And, you know, it's just a matter of time.
Yeah. David, I appreciate the call. Enjoy Steeler Nation there in Georgia. Fan Twitter brought to you by South Hills Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Route 19 in Peters Township. When we come back, we'll go over the defense of this 53-man roster and continue with your calls. 412-928-9370. Jeff Hathorn, Joe Nelson here on a Sunday afternoon before we get to the North Shore Tavern leadoff show in about 50 minutes.
Now, fan headlines powered by Bowser Chevrolet.
Lake Balker starts what looks like to be a bullpen game for the Pirates. They also recalled their number 15 prospect, Christian Curtis, from AAA Indianapolis in exchange for Antoine Kelly, who goes back to Indy. Balker will start against Blake Snell of Los Angeles. 4:10 the first pitch. Coverage on the Fan, 2:30, presented by Keystone Custom Apparel, and in between is the Pirates Insider Show at 3:10. More headlines at 937thefan.com. Fan headlines are powered by Bowser Chevrolet.
Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan. Get the latest on Pittsburgh sports from anywhere with the Odyssey app. Listen to shows and Pirate games live. Check out our exclusive interviews and content anytime. Download the Odyssey app now and never miss a minute. Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. I've been asked many times how Morgan & Morgan became the largest injury firm in the world. I think I know. When someone comes to us for an on-the-job injury, we have a huge workers' compensation practice. But many times we find a defective product that was responsible for that injury. Luckily for them, we have a product liability section headed by my son, Mike. In addition to the comp case, there's a product case too. Other times, the injured worker is fired or harassed for bringing that claim. We have them covered. Our employment lawyers handle retaliation claims as well as wage theft and discrimination cases, and in some cases need to file for Social Security benefits. No problem. We became big for a reason. 30% of our new cases come as referrals from former clients. Hiring us is easy. Go to forthepeople.com on your mobile device or computer, or call Pound Law on your cell, pound 529. Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The electrifying fun of Lightning Link is now on DraftKings Casino. To celebrate the iconic slot, all players can play to win a share of 250 million spins on Lightning Link. So if you love Lightning Link, now's the time to play. Head to your promos page in the DraftKings Casino app and see how you can earn your share through daily rewards, bonuses, and more. Then spin Lightning Link high stakes right from your phone. The crown is yours in partnership with DraftKings Casino. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 21 or older. Physically present in Pennsylvania only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Must complete play or claims requirements each day for rewards. Daily offers and requirements vary, may require minimum wager. Rewards issued as non-withdrawable flex spins for choice of select games and expire in 7 days. Reward amounts vary. Terms, casino.draftkings.com/promos. Ends August 23rd at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time.
They say building the average data center will raise your energy bill. Good thing QTS isn't your average data center. We pay for the energy we use, so our cost doesn't become your cost. And we contribute to upgrading the electrical grid everyone depends on, delivering more reliable power to the community. That's what it means to invest in the places we call home. Because data centers that connect the world should care for the world. QTS, designed to be different. Learn more at Q.com.
Jane is a small business owner. Tell them what that's like, Jane.
Yeah, well, it's like a roller coaster with a lot of ups and downs, and some days things can feel like they're flying off the rails.
Yep, it's a lot. But the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business can help you manage it all. With the largest, fastest fiber-powered network designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect.
Nice. So everything stays on track.
The Total Solutions Advantage. No one does business like Comcast Business.
The more solutions you add, the more you save. Get started today with a qualifying internet package for as low as $60 a month when you add an advanced solution. Plus, new customers, ask how to get up to $1,500 in prepaid cards when you add 2 lines of mobile to a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year agreement, paperless billing, and automatic payments with bank account required. $60 offer requires 300 meg internet, security edge, and additional qualifying service. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Prepaid card offers end 9/13/2026.
It's the final lap of the summer sales drive. This is your last chance to secure end-of-summer savings at Jim Shorkey Mitsubishi in the North Hills. Like the new 2026 Outlander, the most affordable 3-row SUV on the market. Backed by Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty and 5-year, 60,000-mile basic limited warranty. Drive yours home today for 0% APR for 72 months.
Your deal.
Your way.
What a great day.
At Jim Shorkey Mitsubishi in the North Hills. Call 412-453-8035 for offer details.
What do parents think of back to school at Staples, where supplies start at just 25 cents?
Staples has the latest laptops with up to 40% savings.
I may hug the cashier.
So embarrassing.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
It's a wonderful time at Staples with up to 40% off select tech. Staples.
That was easy.
Visit Staples today or shop online and in the app. Ends 9/12. Exclusions apply.
Text Text us on the Edgar Snyder and Associates text line at 412-928-9370. Edgar Snyder and Associates reminds you to text responsibly.
South Hills Kia, let's go. The 2027 Kia Seltos LX all-wheel drive, just $259 a month. And the all-new 2026 Kia K4 LXS, only $209 a month. Top trade values are happening right now. Don't miss it. 24-month leases, $3,499 due at signing, 10,000 miles per year, plus tax and title. First payment due at signing. Not all qualify. No security deposit required. Offer ends August 31st, 2026. South Hills Kia. Deals like this don't last. Visit southhillskia.net for more details.
Some things take longer than they should. Changing your address, resetting your password, switching banks. Actually, that last one's not true. With Citizens Checking, you can move your payments, bills, and subscriptions all at once with a few taps in our updated mobile app. And you can get paid up to 2 days early. So maybe it's time you take on a simple task and upgrade to a Citizens Checking account. Learn more at citizensbank.com/new checking. Member FDIC.
93.7 The Fan is cleared by aquickdrain.com.
93.7 The Fan will showcase a different community each Saturday through the Youth Football Showcase. Special visit from members of the Fan staff. If you want 93.7 The Fan to visit your game, email youthsports@937thefan.com with your group name, your group's main contact information, and potential dates. I say plural because obviously we have different people that might say the same dates. Details available at 937thefan.com. Presented by Lewis Anthony Jewelers. Have we met yet? Jeff Hathorn, Joel Nelson here on a Sports Sunday on 93.7 The Fan. We'll get to fan weather in a minute, but let's finish with the 53-man roster projection. We ran through the offense. 3 quarterbacks, 3 running backs, a fullback, 6 wide receivers, 3 tight ends, and 10 offensive linemen. Here's where I think we're going to get more pushback. And this roster gets you to 53. So you're at 26 with the offense, plus the 3 specialists. So that's 29. So you need 24 defensive players. Defensive line, in this mock, 5. Cam Hayward, Derek Harmon, Keanu Benton, Y.A. Black, Sebastian Joseph Day. Gabriel Rubio, in wanting to keep 3 tight ends, wanting to keep 3 running backs. And man, if you keep 4 quarterbacks, how do you keep Gabriel Rubio? Or do you keep Gabriel Rubio and then you pull from somewhere else? Dean Lowry and EO have had good camps. You've got some potential there. There's going to be guys that you put on a practice squad that aren't going to be around because they're going to be on somebody else's roster. Patrick Graham says you got to come in waves. So that's one that can easily change from 5 to higher. You're keeping 4 outside linebackers. That's Watt, Highsmith, Herbig, Sawyer. No change. That's easy. You added a Landon Roberts. So whereas you may have kept only 4 inside linebackers, you're keeping 5 now. Queen, Wilson, Holcomb, Bruner, Roberts. If anyone is in danger, it's Holcomb, and I don't know that that's the case because he's been playing a ton of special teams. Bruner, as Ray Fittipaldo has said, and I want to give him credit for this because I hadn't thought of it, but he might be right, might be your captain on special teams. Landon Roberts can play some teams, and it just seems like the defense is different since he's been around. Since he's joined the team, things have gotten a little edgier. The emotion's gotten a little higher. Is that going to last for a whole season? I don't know. But he goes in that game, popped a couple of people, was cool about playing, even guy who's played over a decade in the league, of just going in and playing in the third quarter of a preseason game, and played hard. So you're keeping 5 middle linebackers. You could say, all right, well, and I'm going to break this down by corner and safety and not just defensive backs. Corner, you're keeping 6. Porter, Dean, Samuel. I'm counting Ramsey as a corner, Eccles, and Dalen Everett, who's a 3rd-round pick. I don't know that you could move any of those guys. Like, those seem like absolute locks, all 6 of them. Now, maybe there's an injury. Maybe Porter decides he's not going to play and lose money. I don't see that happening. Maybe Eccles' injury is more serious than we know. Dalen Everett didn't play in the last game. I mean, Deshaun Jameson, Danico Slaughter have played well in camp. Slaughter at times has been really noticeable. Has had some great coverage periods during camp. But I can't imagine that being higher than 6. And I have 4 safeties. You could keep 3, but 4. Deshaun Elliott, Jaquan Brisker, Robert Spears Jennings, and Rashawn Jenkins. Jenkins is a veteran. Dude's played like 139 games in the league. I'm guessing you're bringing him in. Elliott played a lot more. It seems like his health is good. Brisker looked like it was just a veteran day off on Friday night. Spears Jennings is a roll of the dice as a 7th-round pick, but again, I mentioned special teams. He drew a clipping penalty because of how fast he was down on the first punt as the gunner. He has played in first-team special teams units. 7th-round pick, you could cut him. He could end up somewhere else. So you have 4 there, and that's your roster. 5 defensive linemen, which easily could be 6 or 7, based on how they want to play, and with Rubio and Lowry and others. 4 outside linebackers, 5 inside linebackers. You could cut Holcomb and make it 4, as long as Roberts can do all the special team stuff that Cole can. 6 corners. You can't cut any of those guys. Maybe one ends up on IR to start the season, which I'm not projecting, but just say as a scenario so you have 5. And at safety, you could get rid of Spears Jennings and roll the dice that he's on the practice squad, but he's played fairly well. You also have Henderson, Devin Boykin, who's a rookie, probably a practice squad guy, and Israel, who's got a ton of size but has been hurt, and maybe that's a guy that you sneak on through injury. So we're trying to find an extra spot on defense for extra defensive linemen here, right? We're trying to think of, all right, you want to keep probably Holcomb. You probably want to keep 4 safeties, although you don't have to. So why in the world are you keeping 4 quarterbacks if we're having these discussions? We're discussing that 9 of the guys on the offensive line are a lock, and you probably need another tackle because if Cook or Fautano go down, Broderick doesn't look like he's ready for a full game at this point, and Ahanachor is currently hurt. Now, if Ahanachor is healthy, maybe you cut that down to 9. And that's a guy where that gets you an extra person for quarterback. Maybe you only keep 2 tight ends. But has Tonyan shown it enough to where another team would say, you know what, we like somebody that can get vertical and has played a lot in the league. And Tonyan, oh, by the way, has 17 career touchdowns with Aaron Rodgers. And if you don't think that matters, think back to last year and some of the receivers that came into town because of familiarity, or at least Rodgers wanted them. So all of those discussions, are any of those players more important than a quarterback? No, not on a grand scale, no. But if you keep 4, you just decide we really don't need a fullback. Do you get rid of Caden Weegan and keep 5 receivers and punt on your, pardon the expression, on your 4th-round pick? These are the roster decisions that have to be made, and why it's such a conundrum of keeping 4 quarterbacks on a roster that's built to win now, or that you believe is ready to win now, that won a division last year and you think could take a next step. By next Sunday, we'll know the final numbers. Thursday's just going to be a monster game for a third preseason game. And you don't know who the Steelers are going to play or who the Bills will play, reciprocating to really get an idea of what you're playing against. So we'll take more of your thoughts. 412-928-9370. We'll hear a little bit from the 2 coordinators who spoke yesterday, and we'll get into some Bucko baseball at the North Shore Tavern Leadoff Show coming your way at the bottom of the hour. Fan weather brought to you by Secure Money Advisors. Looking to retire soon? Let Secure Money Advisors get your retirement on track. Sunny skies and temps in the 70s today. It stopped raining. Similar weather expected throughout the week. I mean, if you just started school, you might as well start with a few absences. The weather's going to be just gorgeous. You had to deal with rain while you were on break. You're due some sunny days. I'm talking more to the teachers than the students. We'll get to more of your thoughts. 412-928-9370. That's all next here on A Sports Sunday on 93.7 The Fan.
Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan. It's the season to break out the clubs. Practice your swing, then look for the 19th hole. Golf season is here, and Going Low is back. Join Chris Muller every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. for Going Low. Powered by Bowser Chevrolet. Chris will talk national golf news, meet with local golf pros, and visit courses throughout the summer. The Going Low Show is brought to you by Moon Golf Club, Lynch Golf Club at Pine Creek, Colony Resort and Golf Club, and Suncrest Golf and Grill. Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Hey, Albert, can you help us plan and budget for a bathroom renovation?
I certainly can. Let me review your finances.
Who are you talking to?
Albert, my AI financial assistant that I can access right in the app. It automates all things finance, moves money, pays bills, creates personalized alerts, finds savings, and so much more.
Your bathroom renovation financial plan is ready. I found cash you can put aside, and to cover the rest, Albert can get you up to $10,000 fast.
Can you find contractors nearby within our budget?
Here's a list of contractors. Would you like help requesting a $10,000 loan for your bathroom renovation?
Yes! Download the Albert app and use promo code MONEY to access Genius. Plus, get up to $10,000 for whatever you need. Just download the Albert app right now and use promo code MONEY to get up to $10,000. That's promo code MONEY.
Since 1964, 3 generations of Sullivans have kept Pittsburgh homes comfortable, and right now they'd like to return the favor. For a limited time, Sullivan Super Service is offering a complimentary furnace inspection, no charge, no catch. Their technicians go through your system top to bottom before winter does it for you. It's their way of thanking the neighbors who turned one truck into a family business. Sullivan Super Service. Book yours at sullivanservice.com.
Your hometown building partner since 1956. 84 Lumber. Visit 84lumber.com.
You just testified under oath you're getting more fiber in your diet, and it was easy. Where is this additional fiber coming from?
Mirafiber gummies.
Objection.
It's true. Mirafiber has 8 grams of fiber to help me get the fiber I need in a day, plus 4 B vitamins for metabolism support, all in one serving.
Overruled.
My gut rests its case.
Oh, that's my line.
Find Mirafiber today at your local retailer from the makers of Miralax. Mirafiber supports metabolism of carbs, fats, and proteins. Serving size is 4 gummies.
When I hit my 50s, I felt like things were slowing down.
This is Sandra's Metamucil story.
I started taking Metamucil for digestion, but had no idea it would impact so much more. Not only did Metamucil help me feel more regular, but my heart health saw the benefits too.
Metamucil. One simple routine, 4 health benefits. Digestive health starts here. Go to Metamucil.com for more details.
At RamofPittsburgh.com, it's Ram Truck Month. Bring us your best offer on any new Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, or Ram truck, and we're going to beat it. No games, it's as easy as that. Visit ramofpittsburgh.com for all the details. We truly are Pittsburgh's Ram store.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter. I scream. You scream. We all scream. Because Wendy's famous small classic Frosty is just $1 for a limited time. More screaming, happy screaming, summer screaming, dollar small classic Frosty screaming! But please don't scream in the drive-thru. It hurts the employees' ears. Get a $1 small classic Frosty for a limited time, only at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. A la carte only, not valid for delivery. Limit 10 per transaction. Price may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
New Game Plus with Oxy makes your laundry smell incredible and fights stubborn smells, like the ones your dog Biscuit brought into your freshly made bed last night. But you wash that all away with Game, and now you're drifting asleep to the scent and sound of waves. Nope. That's the dog licking your ear.
Biscuit.
It just might be our greatest scent ever. Now with odor fighting power. New Game Plus with Oxy.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Jane is a small business owner. Tell them what that's like, Jane.
Yeah, well, it's like a roller coaster with a lot of ups and downs, and some days things can feel like they're flying off the rails.
Yep, it's a lot. But the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business can help you manage it all. With the largest, fastest fiber-powered network designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect.
Nice. So everything stays on track.
The Total Solutions Advantage. No one does business like Comcast Business.
The more solutions you add, the more you save. Get started today with a qualifying internet package for as low as $60 a month when you add an advanced solution. Plus, new customers, ask how to get up to $1,500 in prepaid cards when you add 2 lines of mobile to a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year agreement, paperless billing, and automatic payments with bank account required. $60 offer requires 300 meg internet, security edge, and additional qualifying service. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Prepaid card offers end 9/13/2026.
HD1 Pittsburgh, an Odyssey sports station. Live from the Jim Shorkey Mitsubishi.com studios, North Huntington and North Hills. Always live and free on the Odyssey app. Now, fan headlines powered by Bowser Chevrolet.
All right, Joel Nelson for Fan Headlines. Pirates this afternoon, a couple hours from now, take on the LA Dodgers, look to take the finale of that series. 4:10 is the first pitch. Blake Balker starts for the Pirates. Blake Snell, left-hander, opposes for Los Angeles. Pirates Day recalling their number 15 prospect, Christian Curtis, from AAA Indianapolis in exchange for Antoine Kelly. Pirates last night fell 4-3, and the night before fell 5-4 in 10 innings. 2:30 is our coverage on The Fan, presented by Keystone Custom Apparel. More headlines at 937thefan.com. Fan Headlines are powered by Bowser Chevrolet.
Sports don't stop for the weekend, and neither do we.
We are going to have so much fun this weekend.
Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan, Pittsburgh's hometown sports station.
Fan Text Line brought to you by Edgar Snyder & Associates, personal injury law firm, where they always say there's never a fee unless they get money for you. Jeff Hathorn with Joel Nelson here on a Sports Sunday. We've got Pirates baseball pregame, the North Shore Tavern leadoff show coming your way next. Want to continue with some of this Steeler talk, and want to have you hear from Brian Angelico as the offensive coordinator of the Pittsburgh Steelers in his first season. Obviously, Mike McCarthy calls plays. Angelico is a part of that, former Pitt guy. Kind of put together the questions that revolved around quarterbacks and Will Howard from his opportunity to speak with the media yesterday?
I think overall, just the execution's got to be better. Obviously the quarterbacks are the ones that get, they threw an interception. It goes into their stats, but I think it's everybody. It's the offensive line, the runners, the protection unit, and certainly, the route. So I think it's an offense. I think we have to execute better. I think we all take the blame in that.
So Brian, as you look at Will, how would you incorporate those interceptions into his overall performance? How do you view how he performed?
Yeah, I think which is disappointing is we moved the ball well. I think we had 9-play drive, 11-play drive, and then just didn't execute in the red zone. And certainly we know that's an area that we need to be better at. Certainly if we're, for the regular season, that's something we're going to, certainly work on.
We've seen the ways that you've been able to get 4 quarterbacks reps in practice and training camp settings, but as you guys move into the season, as you decide how many quarterbacks and which quarterbacks to keep, how would you determine what reps and the third and the fourth quarterback on the depth chart would be getting?
Yeah, that's something, as far as the season right now, we're just trying to get, our team and roster built, and that's something that we'll talk about as we get into the season when we see where we're at.
Brian, do you have any expectation for Hanachur being available this week, and where is he now given the time that he's missed?
Sure, that's he's been working hard. I know with his rehab, and that's something that we'll evaluate each day and see where he's at. But certainly hopeful to get him back.
How tough is it to evaluate Drew when he's in there with guys that are down the depth chart and there's a lot of drop balls, things like that?
Yeah, I think that's just part of playing the position and learning. So I think there's a lot you can gain from it, just how he handles it, how he moves in the pocket, where his eye discipline is. So, those are all really, really good learning ops for him.
Steelers offensive coordinator Brian Angelico from yesterday. Steelers are off today. They'll practice Monday and Tuesday and then play Thursday in Buffalo. Speaking of the quarterbacks and a bonus cut, Max Hanachur. But let's get to that offensive line and thoughts on what we've seen from that position.
Right, you've had the same 5 offensive linemen starting since OTAs. Do you feel that's the group going forward, or is there still more competition?
Yeah, there's still competition. We're still, we're 3 weeks away, and that'll continue to be a, that we'll work through, and where it goes, I think that'll be decided here in the next couple weeks.
As you watch Broderick come back here, the issues he's having in pass pro, been more related to technique issues or just the fact that he's coming back from a long layoff?
Yeah, I think, he's just getting in his trying to find his groove, working the right side, the left side. So, we're going to continue to push him and give him some reps and see if we can get him to settle in. But I think a lot of that is just getting back and getting out there playing, which is good. It's been good to see him out there, and you can see he's getting more and more comfortable.
Did you want to get a longer look at the running game last night? And if so, what were your thoughts on the offensive line?
Yeah, the one thing we talked about, we just need to get more explosive runs. We didn't get enough explosive runs, but we had a lot 4 or 5 yard runs, and converted on 3 3rd and 1s. But just looking to get some more explosive runs down the field. I think that'll help. But it was consistent. It just wasn't those chunks, and that's where we're hoping to improve on.
Brian, what are you guys looking at as far as whether the offensive line needs to clean up in pass protection, from first team to second team, whatever? But what are things you guys know identify? Like, hey, we need to do these specific things better right now.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, pass protection is essential, and then part of that goes into where's the quarterback's drop? How deep is he in the pocket? So those are something we're always trying to clean up. What was the protection adjustment? Could we have slid it this way or that way? So those are all factors that go into, and then where's the running backs helps? They're going to help on their releases and where they can have the edges protected. So all that goes into the protection plan, and that's something, as we get into the season, you're certainly going to game plan and make sure you're taking care of, their rusher.
Brian Angelico from yesterday, the Steelers offensive coordinator, speaking of the offensive line, getting his groove back with Broderick Jones, which I think is true, if that's still the case, can he get it back in 3 weeks to where he can be on an active roster and where you see some speculation start? Or does that groove need more time to get back? Does he need to put more weight on? I mean, there were 3 or 4 months where he did nothing. Nothing. Not because he was lazy, because he was ordered to, because of the neck injury. That's a serious injury, especially for someone that takes hits all the time and guys constantly working on your shoulder or slapping around your shoulder and dealing with that head neck injury. Is that enough time? That's a huge part of this roster construction. Could he use a few weeks on an injury list just to get back to where he was? Because he's not there yet. One of the more intriguing discussions about roster spots is a guy who was the 3rd round pick last year in Caleb Johnson. Barely saw him in the first 2 carries, 3 yards in the first game. 10 carries, 39 yards in the last game. Angelico on Caleb.
Like Caleb's performance last night, what you see out of him with the more chances that he got?
Yeah, I think anytime you, like with all the guys, just continuing to give guys ops and looking to see steady improvement and where they grow from play to play and how they perform, right? Especially when you get runners, right? They need ops, right? We tried to give them all a chance to get, Jalen and Rico. I think they got 5 and 4 carries or 5 and 5, and then, giving KJ a chance to roll a little bit more from the week before. So we're trying to give them all a chance to go out and prove what they can do.
Yeah.
So if you're Caleb Johnson, are you hearing that and thinking, oh man, I'm on this roster? So what does that mean for Caleb Johnson? Special teams coach Danny Crossman, who also talked, said that he was going to be on one of the kick, either return or coverage units, not as a returner, but going to work in there. But unfortunately, the Steelers never had an opportunity to use those kick units much in a game where they didn't score any points. Do you just keep him because, man, we loved him last year? Or do you keep a big special teams guy in Travis Homer? Or do you only keep 2 because you want to keep 4 quarterbacks? Part of those conversations. When we come back, a great opportunity for you to help local volunteer fire departments this year and a couple of other things going on. Maybe get another clip or 2 before we get to Pirates baseball. Fan Twitter is brought to you by South Hills Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Route 19 in Peters Township.
Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan. Get the latest on Pittsburgh sports from anywhere with the Odyssey app. Listen to shows and Pirate games live. Check out our exclusive interviews and content anytime. Download the Odyssey app now and never miss a minute. Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan. Headlines powered by Bowser Chevrolet.
4:10 this afternoon, Pirates have their series finale against the LA Dodgers. Lake Bacher starts for Pittsburgh. Left-hander Blake Snell for Los Angeles. 2:30 will be coverage on The Fan presented by Keystone Custom Apparel. Pirates Insider Show is at 3:10. Fan headlines are powered by Bowser Chevrolet. For more, go to 937thefan.com.
If you dread dealing with your insurance company more than you dread build-it-yourself furniture, that came in 47 different pieces.
Why do I have 6 extra screws?
With extremely vague instructions.
What are these? Hieroglyphics?
Then you might have Insuranoia. And if you have Insuranoia, then you should get NJM. They go to great lengths to do what's best for their policyholders. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM. Insurance underwritten by NJM Insurance Company and its subsidiaries.
In the news, we're hearing a lot about data centers. Just take a listen to what Stacey Garrity has to say.
In very rural Pennsylvania, you have areas that are in the middle of nowhere. What perfect places to put data centers?
That was Stacey Garrity, folks. And it's pretty clear that we should be worried about what she has in mind for us in small towns and rural communities.
48 out of 67 of our counties in Pennsylvania are rural. So there are a lot of areas where you can put data centers.
Ohio's kicking our butt. They have over 192. We have a lot of catching up to do, but you know what? We need to deregulate.
Deregulate data centers? We all know what Stacey Garrity means. No local control, no regulations, higher electric bills. Go to this website, truthaboutgarrity.com, and see for yourself why we can never trust Stacey Garrity to look out for us.
Paid for and authorized by Shapiro for Pennsylvania.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
Adventure starts at South Hills Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Drive a 2026 Jeep Wrangler Sport 4-door with payments starting at just $399 a month for 42 months. Or get 0% APR for 36 months. Sale ends soon. Visit SouthHillsChryslerJeep.net for more details.
Have you noticed that every service company these days is owned by some giant corporation with zero personality and no personal touch? Yeah, no thanks. Gherkin Roofing is still family-owned, truly local, and when you call, a human answers. One with a pulse and probably a Pittsburgh accent. They do roofing, siding, gutters, and win awards year after year for their customer service. So if you want a contractor that picks up the phone, shows up, and treats you like a neighbor, because they are one, call The Pickle. Gherkin Roofing, always local and friendly, 724-515-5551.
Recently, our company softball team lost the big game by 1 run. Then Dale tried to console us with the quote, "Winning isn't everything." Dale's a loser. I play to win, like early payout from Bet365. If my team goes up big, I get paid out instantly, even if they blow the lead later. Sound familiar, Dale? Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Pennsylvania. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Here's Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan's Fan About Town. Family-owned Plaza Azteca in Greensburg is now open for authentic Mexican food and ice-cold drinks. Visit Plaza Azteca next to Westmoreland Mall in Greensburg. 2 Men and a Junk Truck is Pittsburgh's top choice for Holloway services. From single, bulky items to whole house cleanouts. Let their trained men do the heavy lifting and give you the space you deserve. Book same day or next day at 2menandajuncktruck.com. Experience the best of Italian American cuisine at Martirano's Prime at Rivers Casino. Whether you're celebrating a special occasion or stopping in after the game, they have you covered. From veal chops to steaks to a variety of pasta dishes, you'll never leave hungry. Visit riverscasino.com to book your reservation today. For more information, visit 937thefan.com.
Let me tell you one of the reasons I think we became the largest injury firm in the world, and it's not even close. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. My wife and I had a plan early on. In our firm, our lawyers only work on certain types of cases. Our products liability and dangerous drug lawyers only work on those cases. Same for car crashes, workers' compensation, medical malpractice, and insurance disputes. Our thinking is for these lawyers to focus on one area of the law and live it and breathe it. Power comes from knowledge. Many lawyers do everything, jack of all trades. Not us, and we don't charge an hourly rate. You only pay us if we win. If you want to hire us, it's easy. Dial Pound Law on your cell phone, pound 529, or visit forthepeople.com on your phone or computer from the comfort of your own home. Let us get to work for you. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Live from the ShoreKeyMitsubishi.com studios, North Huntington and North Hills.
Sunday afternoon here on 93.7 The Fan. We've got Pirates baseball coming up at 4:10, the North Shore Tavern leadoff show in just a few minutes. Swing for our local fire departments at the local Fan 5-Alarm Classic. That's coming your way on Friday, October 2nd. And it's at the Moon Golf Club. It's presented by First Out Specialty Vehicles and Equipment and powered by Bowser Chevrolet to support local fire departments. Join us. It's a 9 a.m. shotgun start. Plenty of fun and entertainment. It's brought to you by Boykin Family Wealth Management, Oakmont Bakery, and Contos, Menjin, Killian, and Hassan Law. And in partnership with HM3 Partners Independence Fund, search the number 5 Alarm Classic at 937thefan.com. Or if you go to the website, there's a little banner across the top. You can click on it, You can check it on Facebook, X, Instagram. Register your foursome. And Jolie, I know you're. Would you say that you're getting into golf?
No, if it's mini golf, maybe, but not so much golf.
You haven't gone out with the other producers and played?
No.
No?
Maybe I will at some point, but...
So if you're going to do it at this one. Because Moon Golf Club, for those that haven't been there, and people that live in the north, it's like going across the Atlantic Ocean to cross a river to go down to the South Hills, I realize. But if you haven't played Moon, especially in this type of event, that's more laid back, fun golf event on a Friday. I mean, you get out of work, spend the day. It's a 9 o'clock shotgun. They have some holes there. Like, for instance, 1, 2, maybe 3, definitely 4, 8, and 9. You could drive all those holes, and they're par 4s. If you've got a big hitter in your group, and you can just let loose. Whereas a lot of times you're playing, you might just, all right, I'm going to lay up here, or I want to be in position here, or there's trees over there. You don't need to worry about that for this. At Moon Golf Club, it's a great, fun place to play, and you benefit local firefighters. So it's a win-win. It's October 2nd, 9 a.m. shotgun. And you can find more information on our website at 937thefan.com. We've got to get loose for Pirates. But before we do that, calling all the way from Omaha, it's Jim. Jim, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you for taking my call.
Thanks, Jim.
First of all, congratulations. You made the national talk show.
As my kids have told me, yes.
Yeah, that hasn't been mentioned much. I just want to congratulate you.
No, thanks.
Which is pretty cool. Also, what's your thoughts on next year for the Major League Baseball? And this is probably an unfair question because nobody knows, but in past, have the teams kept that extra year for for example, Skeens? They're saying, well, he may lose a year here because if they go on, have a strike. Historically, what have they done, and what happens there? Do you know?
And Jim, historically, the players win every one of them.
Really?
Players win every one. Owners don't win in baseball. That baseball union has won every single one of them. And here's what it's going to take. It's going to take Bob Nutting and a bunch of small market owners to say, you know what? Enough. We can't compete. But the problem is, as you get into some type of lockout or whatever you want to call it, you're not making money. And the longer you go without making money, and then you realize, well, yeah, you know what? We really can't compete fairly, but we made money. Even though we may have won, some teams might win 60 games this year, but they're going to make money. So how long are those owners going to be willing to hold out not making money? That's where I think it comes down to. Are they going to be willing to shake the trees enough to where they could have a lost year in order to get it to be more competitively equal for small market teams? I just don't know that they're going to do that.
And you think, that extra year, if a year of arbitration would be lost then basically for players, correct?
I think that's part of the bargaining.
Okay.
So what the players might say is, all right, give us an extra year of, wipe out one of those arbitration years. And the owners say, okay, we'll do that. We'll create a salary floor, which will increase the payroll of an entire roster, but you give us a cap. I just don't know that the players are going to give a cap. Here's what they need to do, and Jim, I appreciate the call. What the NFL has done so well is they convince the players from, say, 25 to 53, you're going to make more money. And you need in baseball to convince guys maybe 12 on down on the roster, like, listen, guys, you're going to make more money because there's a floor now. Now, Skeens and those really rich guys, they're going to get paid anyhow. They're not going to get as much as they wanted, but don't listen to them. Listen to us. Because instead of making $600,000, you might make $2 million now. So are you worried about, Shohei Ohtani and Paul Skeens and other people like that they're not going to make $100 million a year, that they're going to have to settle for $40 a year? That's where the argument can be won by the owners, but I'm not sure that they're going to be able to do that. Fan Weather is brought to you by Secure Money Advisors. Looking to retire soon? Let Secure Money Advisors get your retirement on track. Sunny today. Looks like it's going to be a good week. High in the 70s today. Let's get into full Bucko baseball. The North Shore Tavern Leadoff Show is next.
Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan brings you the Fan Bet Rivers Sportsbook Show with Pony and Muller every Thursday at 4 p.m. Get the insight you need to win big. The Fan Bet Rivers Sportsbook Show. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER on Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan. Now, Fan Headlines powered by Bowser Chevrolet.
Blake Bacher will start that game for the Pirates. He'll be opposed by left-hander Blake Snell as the Pirates aim to avoid the sweep. For more, go to 937thefan.com. Headlines are powered by Bowser Chevrolet.
Pony and Muller here. Mike and Mike's Beer Bar is a big fan of us. In fact, he gave us our own beer. Okay, well, kind of. Each month, Mike picks a local beer that we call the Fan Beer of the Month. The August Fan Beer of the Month is Cinderland Beer Company's Sinkhole, a New England-style IPA. And the charity sales benefit Big Brothers and Big Sisters of the Laurel region, a youth mentoring agency.
And if you don't like the Fan Beer of the Month, Mike has 4 other beers on tap that you can select, and he will make a donation to the charity. Check out the Fan Beer of the Month at Mike's Beer Bar.
Meet me at Mike's.
Pittsburgh, are you ready to relive the magic? Almost Queen. A tribute to Queen is taking the stage at Rivers Casino on Friday, September 18th. Experience the look, the power, and all the legendary hits all in one place. From Bohemian Rhapsody to Another One Bites the Dust, you'll be dancing all night long. Visit riverscasino.com for tickets and don't miss Almost Queen, a tribute to Queen, live. We'll see you there.
At Citizens, we know the world has gotten smarter since you started banking. Rings track your sleep. Taxis don't need drivers. Refrigerators have Wi-Fi. So why hasn't the way you bank kept up? Maybe it's time to upgrade to Citizens, so you stay ready all the time. With our enhanced mobile app, you can track your credit score and talk to our chat assistant, Sizzy. Make sense of your money with Citizens. Learn more at citizensbank.com/made ready. Member FDIC.
For 20 years, West Shore Home has been proud to call Pennsylvania home. Founded right here by a Johnstown native, they've completed more than 25,000 projects for Pittsburgh area homeowners with a local team of more than 70 employees. They make home remodeling easy. Save big on your bathroom remodel with their Labor Day sale. For a limited time, they're waiving 75% of installation costs on all projects. Visit westshorehome.com/fan or call 1-800-WEST-SHORE. See the website for details.
Text us on the Edgar Snyder and Associates text line at 412-928-9370. Edgar Snyder and Associates reminds you to text responsibly.
84 Lumber has been building America for 70 years. Whether you're a homeowner starting your first project or a pro on the job, 84 Lumber offers the kind of personalized expertise you won't find in a big box store. They're more than just lumber. From windows and doors to siding, trim, and decking, 84 Lumber has the materials you need to get it done right. With 14 locations across Pittsburgh, there's one near you. Visit 84lumber.com to find your store. 84 Lumber, your hometown building partner for 70 years.
Hop in a John Deere Gator XUV for a day's work. Let's see what's on the to-do list. There goes the tree. And the fence. Not a problem. Because you've got a cargo box filled with solutions. Up to 4,000 pounds of towing capacity. And you're ready to roll.
The power's out!
Here we go again. The Gator XUV, built for every kind of workday. Learn more at johndeere.com/Gator XUV. Nothing runs like a deer.
The electrifying fun of Lightning Link is now on DraftKings Casino. To celebrate the iconic slot, all players can play to win a share of 250 million spins on Lightning Link. So if you love Lightning Link, now's the time to play. Head to your promos page in the DraftKings Casino app and see how you can earn your share through daily rewards, bonuses, and more. Then spin Lightning Link high stakes right from your phone. The crown is yours in partnership with DraftKings Casino. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 21 or older. Physically present in Pennsylvania only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Must complete play or claims requirements each day for rewards. Daily offers and requirements vary, may require minimum wager. Rewards issued as non-withdrawable flex spins for choice of select games and expire in 7 days. Reward amounts vary. Terms, casino.draftkings.com/promos. Ends August 23rd at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time.
Your hometown building partner since 1956. 84 Lumber. Visit 84lumber.com.
Many say the main reason they won't switch banks is because moving their payments sounds like a nightmare. You know the drill. Update the electric bill. Update all streaming services. Update the gym membership. Update everything. Except that's not how it works anymore. With Citizens Checking, you can switch payments with a few taps in our enhanced mobile app. So if you thought switching banks was too complicated, it's time to upgrade. Learn more at citizensbank.com/new checking. Member FDIC.
93.7 The Fan is cleared by aquickdrain.com. It's time for the North Shore Tavern Leadoff Show. The North Shore Tavern Leadoff Show is presented by Keystone Custom Apparel and is brought to you by Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, Spencer Toyota, 2 Minute a Junk Truck, Saloni's Italian Bread, Joe Ball GMC, Hampton Beer Outlet, Hello Windows, Og Murphy and Perkoski, Pennsylvania One Call System, Zero Res Commercial Cleaning, Central Outreach, and the North Shore Tavern. The North Shore Tavern Leadoff Show is on Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan.
Pirates, Dodgers coming up at 4:10 here on the North Shore Tavern Leadoff Show. The Pirates looking to avoid a sweep and a 69th loss of the season after a pair of one-run defeats at Dodger Stadium today. Well, I mean, you're facing the Dodgers, so every test is going to be a tough test. You get another Cy Young Award winner. Oh, a 2-time Cy Young Award winner in Blake Snell against Lake Bacher. Pirates called up Christian Curtis, who is expected to start for AAA today. They brought him up for Antoine Kelly. And you had to, because yesterday you used 4 different relievers for an inning each. And on Friday, you used 6 different relievers for an inning each. So you needed some help in the bullpen. The starters last 2 games haven't given enough. So Curtis is up, but Lake Bacher will start. You expect Carmen Majinski to go after him, but Curtis is there if everything goes sideways. And I tell you what, this might be a game where you only see 2 pitchers. Wouldn't that be amazing? Only 2 pitchers in a game, if all goes well for the Pirates, and that's a big if. What's on tap? Brought to you by the Hampton Beer Outlet, celebrating their 6th anniversary with great specials all weekend long. Pirates will discuss the starters for the Pirates. A surprising stat about Blake Snell that might make you optimistic about today. What Brian Reynolds said about recent play. Our minor league correspondents already down on the farm. A look at the standings, all before Pirates, Dodgers. Weather, not a concern, at least as far as rain, but it will be 94 degrees at first pitch with a real feel of 100. It's going to get up to 96 during the game with the real feel into triple digits. Weather report: when weather disaster strikes, call Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration. We've seen enough of that here. The weather's beautiful here. It's nice but hot in Los Angeles. Let's get to this starting lineup because Joel Nelson is producing. If there is one thing that Pirate fans can't wait for, it's Sunday lineups. Starting lineup brought to you by Central Outreach Wellness Center. Cure your Hep C, no insurance necessary for care. Let's start with the Dodgers because I know you're just waiting to hear what the Pirates are going to put out there on a Sunday. Shohei Ohtani leads off. You may have heard of him. 30 home runs, 940 OPS. Freddie Freeman hitting 300 this year, 15 home runs. Mookie Betts, 16 home runs. Max Muncy, 26 home runs on the season. The wild stat that came out this week, which I didn't believe when I first heard Joe Block say it, and shame on me for not believing everything that comes out of Joe Block's mouth, that Max Muncy has more home runs than anyone in the history of Dodger Stadium. Dodger Stadium's been around for a minute. There have been unbelievable players that have played for the Dodgers, yet Max Muncy is the all-time home run hitter there. And if you start thinking back to some of the Dodgers greats, most of them are more contact double dudes. They haven't had the big... Piazza was there for a period of time. Like Ron Cey is guy, Dusty Baker would hit it, but nobody has more than Max Muncy. Tommy Edman at second. Kyle Tucker, who unfortunately awoke from his slumber yesterday with a big hit in right. Teoscar Hernandez in left. Alec Thomas in center. And Hunter Fiducia is the catcher. He's hitting .233. And what's interesting is Thomas, the last two in the lineup are hitting .184 and .233. And it proves even with all the money that the Dodgers have, you can have a lineup where not everyone is an all-star. Seems like it. Got a lot of MVPs in this lineup, but not everyone is an all-star. All right, for the Pirates lineup. Nick Gonzalez leading off, hitting .309. Ismaelin Valdez, who had a double in the eighth, maybe that's the start of something going the other way for Valdez. Still has 14 homers, 41 RBIs. Brian Reynolds is the designated hitter today. Brandon Lowe, against a lefty, is batting cleanup against Blake Snell. Rafael Flores is behind the plate. He's batting fifth. Nick York in left. Spencer Horwitz returns to the lineup at first. Jared Triolo, who hits lefties as well as anybody on the roster. And in center field is not O'Neill Cruz. It is Billy Cook. Gonzalez, Valdez, Reynolds, Lau, Flores, York, Horwitz, Triolo, Billy Cook in center field for the Pirates as they're giving a little downtime for O'Neill Cruz as he comes back from injury. And what a series he has had. Coming up on the North Shore Tavern Leadoff Show, presented by Keystone Custom Apparel, the pitching matchups for the final game of the series with the Dodgers. A reminder that coming up at 3:10, it's the Pirates Insider Show with Jason Mackey and Pirates GM Ben Cherington. It's Bucks and Dodgers, 4:10 here on 93.7 The Fan.
Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan. Get the latest on Pittsburgh sports from anywhere with the Odyssey app. Listen to shows and Pirate games live. Check out our exclusive interviews and content anytime. Download the Odyssey app now and never miss a minute. Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan.
Your sales team has the talent. They've got the tools. They don't have time to close the deals you need to win unless they have sales with AI. SAILES.com. Sales.com is pipeline as infrastructure. Always on, always prospecting in the background. No logins, no data entry, just real opportunities delivered to your reps. The future of sales is SAILES.com.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, it's Dan Zangrilli here to deliver a big pitch from Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. Have you heard about their ultra-competitive first position home equity loan rate of 5.25%? That's right, 5.25%. It's been so popular, they've extended the promotion, leaving plenty of time for you to hit a home run for that big project or unexpected expense. Learn the full terms, conditions, and membership eligibility requirements at AllegiantFCU.org. Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union, equal housing lender, federally insured by the NCUA. Precision Pointing and Restoration is pretty much booked for the remainder of the summer, and they have just a few slots available this fall. So here I am again to ask, can your long overdue masonry project really withstand another Pittsburgh polar vortex? Take a look up at your chimney, or better yet, get Precision Pointing out to your home to professionally assess. They guarantee all their work, and they don't require a down payment. Special discounts for vets, seniors, and first responders. BrickPointingPittsburgh.net. Procrastinating ends with a call to Precision Pointing.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. John's day is off to a slow start.
So he heads to AutoZone, where he can get a battery for under $100. Lonnie, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge. And Lonnie does that for free too. In no time at all, John is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter. When disaster strikes your home or business, Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration of Pittsburgh is ready to help. Our certified team handles everything from emergency cleanup to full reconstruction, working directly with your insurance to make the process simple. Available 24/7, we respond fast and restore your property with care, honesty, and experience you can trust. Visit panhandlecr.com. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, restoring Pittsburgh's peace of mind.
Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan. Boney and Muller think they know football until they talk to Aditi Kikawala every Wednesday at 4:15. You see Aditi each week reporting on the sidelines. Tune in as she tells us what she saw and talks about everything going on across the league. Aditi is brought to you by 2 Minute Junk Truck, Tri-State Office Equipment, Hampton Beer Outlet, Coons Quality Foods, and Joe Ball GMC. Now back to the North Shore Tavern Leadoff Show on Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan.
Jeff Hathorn in for Dan Zangrilli, who is enjoying some time with the family. Imagine that. I asked him, Jolie, before, during the last homestand, like when's the last time he had a weekend? And you know it's bad when he had to think about that for a long period of time of when he could actually do things at home with the family. And I feel bad that of the rain that we have had this weekend, but he's good. He has a great day today. He can sit back and listen to Joe Block and John Wayner call the game right here on 93.7 The Fan. As for who's got the ball, brought to you by Joe Ball GMC. You can have it all at Joe Ball. Lake Bacher starts for the Pirates, the 5th-round pick out of Wisconsin Whitewater. He's 29 years old. With the Pirates, 3.27 ERA, 5 games. This will be his second start. 11 innings, 6 walks, 12 strikeouts. With Miami, 1-2, a 3.84 ERA, 38 games, 4 starts, 58 2/3, 21 walks, 61 strikeouts, a 109 whip, and a 201 batting average against. He's four-seam, quarter of the time, slider another quarter of the time, curve 17%. The curve, the batting average and slugging are the same against. 143 for the season. That's impressive. The sweeper, 17%, a split at 9%, and a sinker at 5%. Against the Dodgers, in 6 games, no starts. All right, cover your ears, Pirates fans. 5 innings, 8 hits, 8 runs, 8 walks, 4 strikeouts. His whip against the Dodgers in his career is 3.2. I don't even want to tell you what the ERA is. Carmen Mlodzinski will come in after Bacher. So there's a chance if Bacher can go 3, Mlodzinski could close out the game. He's 6-6, 4.03 ERA, 28 games. This will be his, obviously 29th. He started 12, 100 2/3 innings, 36 walks, 81 strikeouts, 145 whip. The difference and why you see Lake Bacher starting and not him, Mlodzinski as a starter is 2-6 with a 5.85 ERA. With 20 walks and 52 1/3, 176 whip. As a reliever, Mlodzinski is 4-0, 2.15 ERA, 50 1/3, 216 batting average against, and a 113 whip. In his last 3 games, all starting, Mlodzinski 9 1/3, 20 hits, 13 runs in 9 1/3, 5 walks, 5 strikeouts. So that's what's going to be going against Blake Snell, the 33-year-old, 6'4", lefty, 1-1 with a 3.60 ERA. He's only pitched 15 innings this year, 6 walks, 20 strikeouts, 196 batting average against, and 113 whip. He's coming back from issues in his left elbow where he missed the majority of the first part of the season. Snell is old school in terms of what he throws. The four-seamer, about half the time, averages around 96. The curve, a quarter. The change, 16%. And the slider, 12% of the time. Usually good control, doesn't typically give up home runs. But Blake Snell in his career against the Pirates, 1-3 with a 7.27 ERA. 26 innings, 21 walks, 176 whip for Blake Snell in his career against the Pirates. We'll see what that means today. Injury report brought to you by Robert Pearson Associates, Pittsburgh's premier personal injury attorneys. We got teased earlier this week about Connor Griffin going through baseball activities. We'll get an update from Ben Cherington coming up at 3:10 during the Pirates Insider Show with Jason Mackey. What's at stake is brought to you by North Shore Tavern, your home for steak on a stone. I mean, Snell's going to come ready. You can't wait on Snell. If you get behind in the count against him and he can put that off-speed stuff to work, you're done. So working early against Ian Snell is going to be key, and that's what's at stake for the Pirates today. Coming up on the North Shore Tavern Leadoff Show, presented by Keystone Custom Apparel, we'll look at the standings, other games today, and our minor league correspondence with what's going on down on the farm as those seasons start to wind down. Final game of the series, Pirates at Dodger Stadium, coming up 4:10 on 93.7 The Fan.
In the news, we're hearing a lot about data centers. Just take a listen to what Stacey Garrity has to say.
In very rural Pennsylvania, you have areas that are in the middle of nowhere. What perfect places to put data centers?
That was Stacey Garrity, folks. And it's pretty clear that we should be worried about what she has in mind for us in small towns and rural communities.
48 out of 67 of our counties in Pennsylvania are rural. So there are a lot of areas where you can put data centers.
Ohio's kicking our butt. They have over 192. We have a lot of catching up to do, but you know what? We need to deregulate.
Deregulate data centers? We all know what Stacey Garrity means. No local control, no regulations, higher electric bills. Go to this website, truthaboutgarrity.com. and see for yourself why we can never trust Stacey Garrity to look out for us.
Paid for and authorized by Shapiro for Pennsylvania.
It's the final lap of the summer sales drive. This is your last chance to secure end-of-summer savings at Jim Shorkey Mitsubishi in the North Hills. Like a new 2026 Outlander, the most affordable 3-row SUV on the market. Backed by Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty and 5-year, 60,000-mile basic limited warranty. Drive yours home today for 0% APR for 72 months.
Your deal.
Your way.
What a great day.
At Jim Shorkey Mitsubishi in the North Hills. Call 412-453-8035 for offer details.
Oh, hey, Sarah. Did you hear my daughter Katie got Camper of the Week?
That's a big deal.
We got a big deal too, right, Mom?
Honey, shh.
What's that?
Okay, that Hyundai Santa Fe, I only paid.
Nice.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days, or 1.9% APR for 72 months on the Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Plug-in Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid. During the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Offers end September 8th. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Did you know Skechers makes high-performance footwear for almost every sport you play? Here's what our athletes are saying.
Hi, I'm pro basketball player OG Anunoby. I dominate in Skechers basketball. Skechers delivers championship-level performance.
I'm WNBA star Jackie Young. Skechers keeps me quick, comfortable, and ready for anything.
And you can get high-performance Skechers and hands-free slip-ins technology. Just step in and perform.
I'm pro golfer Matt Fitzpatrick. I play in hands-free Skechers golf slip-ins.
Find yours at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or whatever high-performance sports shoes are sold.
In the news, we're hearing a lot about data centers. Just take a listen to what Stacey Garrity has to say.
In very rural Pennsylvania, you have areas that are in the middle of nowhere. What perfect places to put data centers?
That was Stacey Garrity, folks. And it's pretty clear that we should be worried about what she has in mind for us in small towns and rural communities.
48 out of 67 of our counties in Pennsylvania are rural. So there are a lot of areas where you can put data centers.
Ohio's kicking our butt. They have over 192. We have a lot of catching up to do, but you know what? We need to deregulate.
Deregulate data centers? We all know what Stacey Garrity means. No local control, no regulations, higher electric bills. Go to this website, truthaboutgarrity.com, and see for yourself why we can never trust Stacey Garrity to look out for us.
Paid for and authorized by Shapiro for Pennsylvania.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, if you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it. Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of essentials. Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan gets your day started with the latest in Pittsburgh sports with the Fan Morning Show with Doran Dickerson and Adam Crowley. Weekdays 5:40 to 10. Presented by Guardian Protection on Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan. Now back to the North Shore Tavern Leadoff Show on Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan.
Before we get to the scoreboard and standings on the North Shore Tavern Leadoff Show, your home for Steak on a Stone. Join us after the game for the Og Murphy and Perkoski Reaction Show. Your calls, Pirates guests, plus scores from other games after the Pirates and Dodgers from Los Angeles coming up at 4:10 this afternoon. Shape your future minor league report brought to you by Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union and the Federal Credit Union credit card. Earn 5% cash back on gas, groceries, restaurants, and travel throughout August. AllegiantFCU.org. AAA Indy lost 5-4 last night to Louisville. Ronnie Simon 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs. Evan Sisk pitched 2/3 of an inning with a strikeout as we start our correspondence in AAA.
With the Indianapolis Indians, I'm Andrew Kappas. Ronnie Simon back in the Circle City, and he continues to pace the International League in hitting. Simon 2 more hits on Saturday night, also drove in 3 runs, has upped his average to .331. That paces all International League hitters. The amazing thing about Simon's season, not only that he had success at the plate up in Pittsburgh in his stint with the Pirates, but that he's been consistent all year. It's not one singular hot stretch that has led to the .331 average. And also not getting as much attention is the improved defense in the outfield. Couple of nice running catches, 1 diving catch on Saturday night in center, but also his base running. Stole his 34th base with the Indians in Saturday night's setback against the Louisville Bats. Meanwhile, on the mound, Connor Whitgriff was the starter for Indy. He has pitched into the 7th inning now on 4 different occasions for the Indians. He's gone at least 6 in 7 of his 11 starts since being promoted from AA Altoona. Pitched into the 7th last night, went 6 1/3 innings, gave up 4 runs, but just 2 were earned. 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. He has settled in nicely at this AAA level. His ERA now at 3.17. Indianapolis no longer in the catbird seat for the playoff spot, but they're just a half game back of Durham as they chase the postseason with crunch time approaching. 4 weeks and 1 game left in the regular season. With Indianapolis, I'm Andrew Kappas.
And now to AA, where Altoona is in Binghamton, lost 4-0 last night.
With AA Altoona, this is John Moses. Altoona's offense has had an up-and-down week as the team has dropped 4 of 5 this week in Binghamton with the New York Mets AA affiliate. The one highlight came Thursday night. In Altoona's 7-5 win, third baseman Murph Gray swatted his 5th AA home run and drove in 3. Gray has reached base safely in 25 of 27 games in Altoona and is going through a fairly typical adjustment to AA baseball, where pitchers can land their off-speed stuff for strikes more often, which in turn forces a hitter to have to stick to their plan and maintain their approach even in the face of an unrelenting attack of sliders, curveballs, changeups, and the like. Gray ranks in the top 2 in the Pirates minor league system in hits, home runs, and RBI entering play today, though as he finishes off his first full season of professional baseball, one topic remains front of mind for him.
One thing I want to accomplish is finishing out the season strong and knowing what that means for my next year, knowing what it's like to play baseball in August, knowing what it's like to play baseball in September, and knowing how to take care of my body, knowing how to continue to play baseball at a high level. But even more than that, not giving into the game, because the game will eat you up and spit you out, and that's what a lot of our coaching staff here especially talks about, is that you have to finish every game out. You have to finish the season. The game doesn't care if you want to go home. The game doesn't care if it's the end of the season. All the game cares about is if it's being played right.
Curve wrap up their series Sunday afternoon, 1 o'clock first pitch in Binghamton. Right-hander Peyton Stumbo is on the mound. Altoona returns home to host Erie on Tuesday in Curve, PA. With AA Altoona, this is John Moses.
In High A Greensboro, the Grasshoppers are at Bowling Green.
For High A Greensboro, this is Andrew Allison. The Greensboro Grasshoppers are coming off a 7-2 win over Bowling Green last night, and they chip a little bit closer to a South Atlantic League playoff spot. All season long, the catching position has been the deepest for the Grasshoppers, starting out with 2 top 10 prospects in Axiel Ploss and Easton Carmichael. Well, they just happened to bury Camden Janik, who in his own right was batting in the high 280s. But he was not able to crack the field until recently. For Camden Janik, it was a little bit of a struggle. He was able to turn to his faith, make it through it, and do his best each day.
Definitely challenging. The first thing I do is I put all my faith in Lord and Savior Jesus Christ and have, no doubts in the plan that the Lord has for me. And so, but just mentally, it's been, the biggest thing is just staying locked in and having faith that, more at-bats will come. And so with that, just, accepting the challenges and creating as many real life or as many game-like situations as possible, whether that be bullpens, whether that be in the cage, working with our coaches. They've been great at that. On days where I'm not playing or have stretches where I'm not playing multiple days in a row, they've been great about creating, game-like situations as far as in the cages and catching stuff and outfield stuff to prepare me to that one day there will be that door that will open and I'll be, ready to go.
Janik, who is a first-team All-Big Ten catcher and third-team All-American with the University of Illinois, thinks that what his best quality is that he's just a gamer and controls what he can control.
I would hope somebody would say to me that I'm just like a gamer, that I give it everything that I have, that I can control what I can control. I'll be prepared, ready for any situation. I'll be the guy backing plays up and motivating each other, try to get the most out of our pitching staff.
Janik, he bats .285 on the year, but he thinks he can be even better if he starts to add power. Only 3 home runs this year with 16 RBIs for the catcher.
Just continuing to work on creating some more power, being some more extra base hits at the plate. Part of it, I think, where I've excelled offensively right now is, spraying the ball around, getting on base. But I think if I can continue to add some power numbers, create some more RBIs for the team, I think that could be more beneficial.
Janik and the Grasshoppers will look to complete the series win against Bowling Green at 2:05 and continue to inch closer to a South Atlantic League playoff spot. For High A Greensboro, this is Andrew Allison.
As for Low A Bradenton.
For Single A Bradenton, this is Matthew Hargrove. It has been a bounce-back week for the Marauders on the offensive side of things, averaging 9 runs per game against the Jupiter Hammerheads. This lineup has been led by 2025 7th-round pick Brent Iredale, who mashed homers in back-to-back games to total 12 on the season. For the month of August, Iredale was slashing .320, .460, .720 through 15 games played. Chris Rember continues to have a great start to his professional career, extending his hitting streak to 6 games on Saturday and has the highest active hitting streak on the Marauders. On Friday, the Marauders tied a season high for runs scored with 14. Bradenton connected for 3 homers, including a solo homer by the new catcher Jack Scanlon. After recently being released by the Mets organization and signing a minor league deal with the Pirates, Scanlon has been red hot with the Marauders. This week, Scanlon is 4 for 7 with 2 homers, including a first-inning grand slam. Bradenton has focused a lot on their health and their ability in the weight room. I talked with strength and conditioning coach Omar Aguilar about that process.
Yeah, man, we try to get the guys ready as much as we can. Throughout the season, there's a lot of hardships. There's a lot of highs and lows with the players, but as long as we keep them healthy, that's our main priority. We try to get them in the weight room. All of them, they got their own routines. They got their own way they go about their things. We're trying to get their conditionings as well. So, we basically monitoring their day-to-day and trying to be for them as much as possible.
The Marauders go for the series win on Sunday from Lecom Park. For Single A Bradenton, this is Matthew Hargrove.
Our thanks to all of our minor league correspondents, all 4 of them at Indianapolis, Altoona, Greensboro, and Bradenton for everything all year. I mean, they are winding down their seasons. They end before MLB, and it is starting to come to a head. We have updates on scores of 3 of the games. Indianapolis leads Louisville 3-0 in the 5th. Mitch Jebb with a 3-run home run. AA Altoona trailing Binghamton 5-3 in the 7th. Lonnie White with his 42nd RBI of the season. Greensboro leads Bowling Green 5-0 in the 5th. Jared Jones, the big right-handed hitter, Jared Jones, a pair of home runs. He has 19 on the year. And Tony Blanco, speaking of big, Tony Blanco Jr., who's 6'7", 243 pounds, yesterday hit his 21st home run. Today hit his 22nd home run. Blanco's a first baseman outfielder. I remind everybody, even though this game isn't in Greensboro stats can't be aided by a smaller ballpark. But for a team dying for right-handed hitting, how about Lonnie White, Jared Jones, and Tony Blanco Jr. having good games? That is good for the Pirates. Single A Bradenton has been rained out. And don't you hate bad weather in Florida? I feel so bad for them. A look at the standings is brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors, PellaPittsburgh.com. And we'll look at the wild card standings for the National League. Cubs, 4 games clear of everybody at 74 and 56. Then the Phillies are 2 games behind, and the Padres have the last wild card spot, which is where the Pirates will go next. And the Padres will start Robbie Ray, the lefty, in that first game against them. Padres are 70 and 60 on the season. Remember when they were going to trade everybody and Mason Miller was available, and all of a sudden they turned their season around. They're sitting in that last wild card spot. They're 2 clear of Arizona, who's 68 and 62. Miami, 66 and 64. They're 4 back. The Cardinals 4.5 back, a game over 500. And then the Pirates are 7.5, and the Reds are 8 games back in the standings. Brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors, PellaPittsburgh.com. And while we have a second, let's just do the American League wild card because it's fun. The Yankees far and away ahead than the Red Sox. They're both getting in the playoffs. The fight for the last spot is just fascinating. Texas and Cleveland are tied at 64 and 66. Blue Jays are a half game back. The Twins and Orioles are each a game back, and Seattle is 2 back. Detroit is 2.5 back, and they're 7 under 500. American League action this year. Why couldn't the Pirates have been in the American League this year? Just this year, but why couldn't they have been? That's just crazy. The last wild card spot, that team or 2 teams are 2 games under 500. Cardinals lead the Phillies 3-0 in the 6th. Nationals and Marlins 1-1 in the 5th. Cubs and Mariners a little later. Shota Imanaga goes for the Cubs. Twins and Padres. Can you imagine if Derek Shelton gets in the playoffs? Bailey Ober against Walker Buehler. Reds and Diamondbacks. Braves and Brewers tonight. Other note, Shane Baz is going for his 14th loss for the Orioles today. A sure pick in this game is brought to you by Precision Pointing and Restoration. I would have said O'Neal Cruz. O'Neal Cruz not in the starting lineup. Billy Cook is. It's a Billy Cook Sunday. Oh, you better believe it. It's a Billy Cook Sunday. He's going to drive in a run and show off on another Sunday. Our thanks to Joel Nelson for producing today's show. Our thanks as well to all of our correspondents. We'll be back with the Og Murphy and Prikoski reaction show after the game. Coming up, the call of the game, brought to you by the Pennsylvania One Call System. Know what's below. Contact 811 before you dig. Let's go to Dodger Stadium. Final